Morning, one and all. At least it's morning here. Um, yeah, I probably won't come in. But anyways, that is the moon doing its sunset thing. Oh, I mean, yeah. I apologize for the quality here. I mean, it's struggling with the light. Yeah. See, I can't even dim that down or anything. It's really below. It's hardcore. Maybe if we zoom in, like I typically. Anyways, there's the moon, and I apologize that this camera's having such a difficult time here, but 7 a.m. Um, yeah, it's kind of got a little bit of a golden glow to it. Anyways, I've been up for a few hours, and I actually just got done watching my radar anomaly playlist, and wow, I gotta say, some of the things that I bring up, and some of the things that is seen, and you know, I cannot believe how repetitious that I am and have been with a lot of my content. And then to see the transformation process that I've underwent, well, that's dropping rather quickly. Yeah, too bad I didn't, and the thing is, restless night's sleep and all that always happens with a full moon. Had I known that it was going to, be this big and visible uh, hours ago, I would definitely done more recording. But yeah, this is like pathetic, quite pathetic. It is getting brighter out here. Yeah, and apparently, yeah, I've had issues with focus right along. Even though back in those radar recording days, I was not, recording in vivid mode. And it is very strange that what I try to show tends to get interrupted all the time. And then, yeah, like I said, certain topics that I have brought to the table, as far as like Mr. Trump. Man, I've been talking about that guy for, well, many years now. 2017. I really started to focus in on him. Hmm, yeah. I've tried to explain, why. What actually began in 2017, and now 7 years later, it is 2024. And, well, I think my timeline of what I talked about, well, as I typically say, there's enough proof in the pudding by now. Yeah, 1,500 videos or something like that. I don't know. I don't keep track. A lot of content to burn through to really get a grasp on this channel and the creator. And now throughout this whole process, such as that 20-minute video that, nobody's really going to understand my thought process. Apparently nobody really does. Just like, I see a lot of things within my recordings that people don't or won't accept or, will vaguely comment upon. But it's been a steady process. I have to, you know, there's just no two ways about it. I can't make up what I have shown throughout the years. I can't make up what has been happening to me. I mean, I've shown it all. I've tried to be as transparent as possible. And now it's gotten to a point to where I think I've got a good grasp on the bigger picture of not life, but existence. Okay? And we're talking, multiple realms possibly of existence that I am, becoming more aware of as far as understanding. And so, it won't be much longer, and I am going to come out with a video explaining, the whole process that we have been lied to about, beginning with creation. I think I finally have a clear understanding, and I'm going to try to be just as clear as I can be when I do present this. And when I do, it's basically it's going to have to be it for this channel. I've got to move on, and I have one, maybe two recordings left on my other channel. I'm just wasting time because I have to. I'm being told to. I receive signs and messages in many, many forms. I'm glad that I have gotten in touch with my inner self. I mean, I can be whatever on the outside. See, that's something that people, they go to these tarot card channels, and they hear these readers, using profanity and other types of talk. It's forms of expression are not to be taken as insulting or whatever in a negative aspect. And that turns people away from that spirit, because we have been taught, we have been programmed about morals. And these are, what I talk about in my previous video as far as these messages from these entertainers and whatnot. You see this often within the sitcoms, family sitcoms, and how there's issues within, and there's, there's always rewards and punishments that's being shown, and they're showing spiritual karma, but in a physical sense, and using those physical morals that, they expect us to cling to, and not really focusing on the true aspects of your inner self. And what people really misconstrue is that of love and light. Most people don't understand what universal love is. I don't have to be a loving person on the outside. I am. I'm a very giving person. But I can have a hard exterior, but yet be in tune with spirit, the inner self, because I understand what it's all about. And so, once again, what you see on TV and in the movies and all that, it's not morals for the so-called soul, if you will. Of course, once again, I see the body as being four parts, but no, it's more for the mind. It's more for, I don't know. To me, after all these years, it's just garbage. All it takes is just to understand what your inner self is, and to know that you are not this organic body. You are not really part of this material world. We're only here to learn certain lessons, and those lessons involve karma. And then we come back, because this is just a never-ending cycle unless you can find the way out. And I think that way out is after enough lifetimes, you finally get to a level to where you have passed all of the tests, and then you are finally reunited with that creative force, that divinity, if you will, that created everything. But once again, at some point, something went awry to where there had to be only one pathway, just like in any video game out there. There's only one pathway from start to finish. There's a lot of side paths, but every video game there is only one pathway to win. You gotta collect all this, all that. You gotta, all those levels, and you have to, stay on that same path, or otherwise, boy, you run into a corner, you get trapped, whatever. And I believe that it is within spiritual teachings that all it takes is to realize that you are part of that greater energy out there that did in fact create everything. And it's not a man that we're supposed to believe in, but what he believed in. It's not we are to believe in Jesus, it is in what he believed in. And which that has been misconstrued greatly. So that's long enough. I'm going to leave it at that. Miss Luna has done her vanishing act. And now it is, I don't know if you can see this, but now in the same locations, it is getting rather cloudy. Okay. So, yeah, I gotta tell you, I was kind of impressed. I mean, nothing great, but I was kind of impressed over my playlist that I put together. Shows a lot of weird stuff.